we've got this is iteration 1 that I'm currently stripping down. We're gonna try again for iteration 2. I did notice that the tiered thrusters have another issue. Actually, I'll put all the values up on the screen so you can see them. But essentially, the tier 2 large thrusters have an obscene amount of thrust. I'm not sure why. Originally, the tier 3 and tier 4 had the same consumption. And now it seems that the tier 2, like the values are all messed up. So I think I'm just going to use tier 1s for everything. Just because I like that's a decent amount of thrust, but it's not some crazy amount. I'm just gonna have to keep that in mind. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna strip this down and rebuild it. Okay, so for this next iteration, I'm gonna try thinking about this in a different way. Because I think like I'm planning this the wrong way. I'm planning the ship, and what I really should be doing is focusing on the drilling arm, because that is going to be it's going to be fairly big and complex. Well, in my mind it is anyway. So what I think we're going to do is focus on designing that, seeing how that looks, and then building the ship around the drilling arm. So let's see what we can do here. Now I've got an idea in my head, because I want an arm to I want it to like fold up and then drill down. Now if we try and do that with a rotor, we're not going to get anywhere, because the drill's going to be really big and heavy, and the rotor's just not going to have enough torque to be able to lift it. So I was thinking, what if we made like a multi-pivoted arm that is raised and lowered via pistons, because pistons have a lot more force, and I think we'll get a lot more leverage out of it. Are we out of bob range? Come on, Bob. Don't do this to me. All right. There we go. Just a few more bobs. Add to the system. Okay, so actually, the way we're gonna have to do this is with conveyors. So let's do that. But let's remove the head of that one. So we actually want the T intersection to run this way, up along there. Okay. I think I've got it worked out. We are gonna need you there. And then we're gonna need to remove those again. That's the wrong color, you dickhead. Well, that sucks. I wonder if we can just float with Clang here. Beautiful. I think we'll just do that instead. Okay, let's make sure this is 0. There it is. Same with this one. There she is. All right, and just add to Clang. God, that looks weird. All right, let's push these ones back out. All right, how's that look? That looks good. Okay. All right, so it's probably not going to need the full extension from these. So let's try 9 meters, see how that looks. I should probably label these as well. Drill rig. Save. All right, reverse. Oh, crucial step. Turn off the rotors. Really? The displacement was stopping it? Okay. Holy shit, that was pretty close. try 9.1. Nine point one. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So then I'm thinking like we have a bunch of conveyor pipes to go up, and then a whole bunch of pistons so we can push down into the ground. And then that way, when we retract the arm, it pulls most of the arm inside the ship. So it'll just be like the drill head that's poking out the front. I think that'll look really cool. All right, I think this is gonna work. I'm gonna get some of this done, and then I will bring you guys back. All right, and we're back. I added 1 or 2 drills and had some clang in the process, but it was basically my fault. It was because I had all these pistons without shear inertia tensor on. Plus, I'd merged them together, so there was built up phantom force in there. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if like having 2 sets of pistons like this actually helps. I mainly did it because it makes it look more reinforced instead of this like spindly little arm that's going to be holding this massive drill head. So yeah, that's how we're looking so far. Now this is going to actually be able to drill pretty fucking deep, probably way too far, but I'd rather it go way too far than not far enough. All right, let's see if it works. That didn't sound good. Now this is going to bounce a little bit, but I'm thinking about putting like a landing gear here or something to lock it. and then that way it won't do all this bouncing. But yeah, that's looking pretty mean. I like it. Yeah, it's going to bounce this way as well. There's not much I can do about it really. Just purely because of how heavy it is. It's pretty heavy system, which is why I wanted to go with this sort of a layout to be able to pivot it. Because a single bloody rotor would never be able to lift it. So you can probably see why I'm starting to why I wanted to build around the drill itself, because I mean, have a look at it. Thing's massive. All right, so there's going to be a drill head that comes off here, which we're going to build now. And I think I'm just going to go with I don't really need to do conveyor tubes. I was only doing conveyor tubes to ensure that there was, like, it wasn't going to attach to anything that it's not supposed to. I mean, technically this is pretty bad, the fact that I have the pistons scraping up against this. But we'll see. It might be alright. In fact, we should probably test that while it's laying down like this. So if we just grab pistons all, we probably don't want to do that speed though. Okay, let's grab the negative versions. Let's go 0.1. And then the positives. Oh shit. This is going to be bad. Oh my god. Yeah, my control click didn't actually work. Let's reduce that down a bit, eh? Yeah, actually just 0.1 for now. It's going to be too fast to drill with, but yeah, it's not too fast for this.
Energy low.
All right, while that's retracting, I'm going to go get some energy and fill up my hydrogen as well. I removed a couple of mods, and in the process I accidentally lost my doors, but you get that. Okay, so if we now grab all the pistons and hit reverse, they will all go in the directions that they're meant to do. So these ones expand out, but these ones in here actually retract, get a little bit more. Yeah, so we are getting a little bit of scrapage there, but it won't be able to damage it because it's a subgrid. The only issue I would really be worried about is if it gets caught, and if that happens, we'll deal with that later on. There we go. So that is fully extended. Now you can imagine if this was tilted down, we would essentially have about this point here will be in line with this. So the rest of this will be down, and then there will be a drill head on the end, which is it's going to be a pretty big drill head, in like, because I've got like I said, I've got an idea of what I want it to look like and how I want it to function, and yeah, she's going to be pretty big. All right, so that's looking good. I'm happy with that. Let's retract those. Start building the drill head. Yeah, so we'll have, obviously this is all piped up, so all the ore will come up through the piston system, back down through this main channel here into the advanced rotors, down through these pistons, and then into the core of the ship. So from that point there, we can do whatever we need to do with it. Beautiful, love it. Now this is a lot of subgrids. Okay. The thing is, I don't like doing subgrids with flying vehicles. It's just, it always causes problems. However, it can be done if you can lock it down with a landing gear or something like that. The trouble is, with this many subgrids, I'm not going to be able to lock down each subgrid. I'm only going to be able to lock down sections of it. And I'm going to have to hope that that is good enough. So this thing's going to be very difficult to fly. I'm hoping it's not going to spend a great deal of time flying. We'll have to see how it goes. I was going to put the landing gear underneath here. But I had a thought, like this section here would actually look really cool as like a command station, because you get an overview of the drill area. I think it'll look really, really cool. So I'm going to try to keep this clear, and we'll see how we go. Let's turn off auto lock. Now likewise, we're going to need another landing gear down here to lock this in place. Is that... no, we need a block. That might work though. Yep. Well, that'll hold the base section in place. But this top section still needs to be clamped before I'll feel safe. All right. Drill head time. Now, how far out do we want to come? Essentially, this here, because this rotates with the drill head. Yeah, so it's gonna wrap around. One more, I think, just to be safe. Then we will need another advanced rotor. Junction box. Okay, so essentially I want a drill head that expands. Because just plunging a hole into the ground and hoping that we hit the ore is probably not going to cut it. So if we can make our drill head big enough that we can fit a bunch of pistons and drills in here that expand outwards, we could plunge straight into the hole and then stop wherever we find the vein and then expand out the rest of the drills in a horizontal direction. So we would be looking at I want to go 4. Yeah, actually we don't need 6-way junctions down here. We only need a straight section. So we can save a little bit on performance. 1, 2, 3. And now we'll do our junction. So I want 4 drills. That's the height that the arms will expand out. Is that should be able to cover a vein, I would think. So we would essentially do pistons. Come on, Timmy. Jesus. All right, so I'm trying to get 2 pistons on here. I think because one's not going to be enough. It's only going to expand out 4 blocks. But if we can wrap this around on itself, we could fit another piston on. Essentially the same thing that we did up here, just on a lot smaller scale. All right, so that is that's the that's the area we need to be able to cover with the drill head. Okay, so this block here will get drilled out by these drills. So we only need to worry about this block here. So let's put a curve in. This might look pretty cool. Let's remove these 2 end pieces. Let's stagger them like that. Oops. Don't build it, Bob. You idiot. Yep, that looks good. I like it. All right, so let's do the other cross. I'm just going to do a cross section. I'm not going to worry about filling the entire bottom with drills because each one of these drills weighs 6,700 kilos. So we're going to be adding weight that we don't need to because this thing's going to be rotating. So as long as we have a cross section, should be fine. All right, that is looking nasty. Okay, now you can definitely see why I wanted to build the ship around the drill. This thing's crazy. Looks awesome though. Slow them down a little bit. All right, let's reverse them out and have a look at how far they expand. See if it's going to be all right. Damn, that's pretty good. Hell yeah, that is... I'm pretty sure with that sort of a expansion, we should be able to get it. Should be able to get an entire ore deposit. It all depends on how accurate we are with the placement. Holy shit. All right. So let's just put rotor lock on this for now, and we will put share inertia tensor on. I want to try swinging it down and seeing how it goes. Because the drill just got a shit ton heavier. No, we need lift. Oh, we're locked, aren't we? I think this is the one on the ground, and I really don't want to undo that one. Yeah, let's rename that. Actually, I'll hide it as well. Show block in terminal off. Okay, this is the one we want. We want to unlock that. Yeah, it looks like it's handling the weight pretty good. Well, on the down run anyway. Doesn't have to lift much. It's only that that extent there, and the drill head would actually be helping it out. Holy shit. Okay. Damage here. Is that the piston that's causing that? Or was that because it was scraping up against this? I might have to actually put it down here. Okay, and then 5-1 landing gear time. Oh, maybe we should have blast door blocks here. Because they'd be stronger than heavy armor. And they won't damage the landing gear as it slides through. I must have turned auto lock back on this guy, because he keeps locking. No? What's your problem, mate? I don't know, it's weird. And we will need to put those into a group as well. Actually, all of those can go in a group. Gear, lift, drill rig. All right, that looks good. Yeah, so we can do a cockpit down here. We'd have to have a glass ceiling. And actually we won't even be able to do that. Have to... These sections here need to be open. But the rest of this is fine. Okay, lift. No, let's do, yeah, let's do this first. So, switch lock. And then we'll do that. Reverse. And for now, that's all we need. So we can lock it in place. And see how she goes trying to lift this. Wow. Doing well. And that doesn't interfere. Looks pretty good. We might have an issue if this is not vertical. We'll see how it goes. And that auto locked in place, which is fine by me. It is on a slight slant, but that's all right. Looks good. All right, well, I think I'm going to leave it here for now. But this thing is, yeah, it's looking pretty mean. Yeah, I'd like to have another landing gear here that locks this to this. That way, during the move, this thing won't be flopping about. I'll do that next episode though. I wanted to wrap this up. But yeah, that's looking mean. Okay, that might be an issue. I hadn't considered how low this actually is. So the bottom of the ship is going to have to be down here. Wow, that's going to be a big ship. All right. All right, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. As always, don't forget to lead your targets. I'll see you next time.